If you're watching this, you're probably a first-time director or videographer ready to take on more narrative, directed content. That first shoot, I know, can feel like a huge responsibility. But don't worry, because I've got my 5 in-depth steps on how to become a director, and hopefully a good one. Tip number 1, over-prepare and find your perspective. As a director, you are meant to know the most about what you're doing and the subject matter of your project. It doesn't matter if you have experience directing before. On the shoot, you need to be the expert. What's going to make your project unique is you learning about that subject and wanting to put your own unique perspective on it. Having a unique perspective is literally what makes a director a director. Over-preparing means more than just having a script. For me, it includes visual research, because you can't be a filmmaker if you don't watch loads of films. Watching films helps you form your creative opinion and your creative tastes on what you do like. And then I use websites like FrameSet or ShotDeck to help me find the references of the films I've watched to help me collate and create ideas. Please, please, please storyboard your script. This can be weeks in advance or a few days before, it doesn't matter, but just you need to do it. It can be as simple as using stick figures and basic drawings, or you can use programs like Previs Pro to help you visualize your shot angles. I mean, some people even use AI to storyboard, but that's for another video. Then there's a shot list. For me, this comes after storyboarding. It's like your schedule, because you find out how long each shot's gonna take and what equipment you're gonna need. And then of course there's a treatment. The whole point of a treatment, of course, is to help communicate what's in your head onto paper so you can give people who are looking to come on your project a document that explains your idea thoroughly. This can be as simple as a 2-page document with a collage of pictures and quotes and ideas of what you want, or even down to like a 30, 40, 50-page document just describing the look and feel. Spending time on this makes the idea more secure in your own brain about what it's actually about. I always find that's the case. The more time I spend in a treatment and storyboarding, the clearer the vision is, and my film ends up looking like what I've storyboarded. Who would have thought? It looks like your preparation. But it's a part of the process I think is vital. And of course, knowing your script. You don't have to know it word by word, although that's helpful, but if you know enough where you can reference it and always refer to it, it's gonna really help everything run smoothly, especially with an actor. Tip number 2, stay calm and be flexible. Directing can be stressful if you're unprepared, but here's the reality. Something will go wrong, and that's okay. I can count on one hand all the shoots I've done where everything went 100% to plan. This is where your preparation pays off. You know your base idea, you know your script, you know your storyboard, and then you can make adjustments. But then there's understanding the necessity of compromise. If you have unlimited in budget and time, sure, you don't have to compromise, but that doesn't exist. And especially since this is your first time making a film, you're gonna have to make adjustments. Maybe the room you're using is nothing like what you had in mind, or you've only got an hour at locations instead of 2. It's all about making those adjustments to help you finish your idea and make the day. Being a good director, yes, is having a vision, but it's also dealing with issues that come up. It's about being able to think on your feet and being comfortable with that and staying calm at all times. Tip number 3, get people better than you to help you. Look, we live in a culture where social media tells people they can be this do-it-all filmmaker. You can do every role as long as you got a camera with autofocus. But that's a lie. What makes a good filmmaker is being able to communicate with people around you, and preferably people who are better than you at those roles. This can elevate your project. Look, I'm not saying you're gonna need a crew of 20 or 30 people, as not all projects can have that budget, but if you get people who are better at those specific job roles to work with you, that's gonna elevate whatever you're doing. The power of specialized roles is they bring their experience to the table. A director of photography might say, actually, the light needs to be this way, or can we shoot this specific time of day? Or an art department, art director might say, I might point out, do we have the budget for this prop? Because it's gonna make this look so much better. Or we could do this small set build or repaint this building. It's gonna look so much better. Or sound recorders might say, we need this mic in this specific way, and that's gonna make the sound much more crisp. Look, having those people allow you to focus on the creative, because when you're the director, that's your job. You need to be ensuring the creative vision of the film is achieved and not so much a technical execution. Get those others to worry about that. You don't need to be doing that yourself. But of course, you're gonna have to convince these people. Now, I know that may feel like a producer's job, but it's also the director's job to convince people that your project is working on. It's your research, your calm demeanor, and your planning are what appeal to people who may want to work with you. Look, if you follow these steps of this tip, it's gonna make your project better and your films much better. And I always say my films are only as good as the amazing team that I'm able to put together for them. Tip number 4, directing is about being a people person. I find directing is fundamentally about being able to convince other people to do what you want them to do. This is where your preparation, like I talked about before, pays off because it gives you the confidence to lead. There might be times you have to talk to someone who's not used to being on camera, but that is an incredible story for a documentary. Your job is to communicate with them and make them feel comfortable. Or maybe an actor can't quite get the perspective you want. You need to clearly communicate them what you felt and what the scene is about and help coax that performance out of them. Even when a crew member isn't sure what's going on, you need to communicate with them clearly. Sure, you might use the wrong terminology and you might say pan up instead of tilt up. That's okay, you're starting out. But this skill of communication is something that's gonna take time, and you will get it wrong the first or second or even third time. But if you focus on mastering the skill, you'll get where you want to go much quicker. Tip number 5, be open to collaboration, and most importantly, have fun. Look, there's no point getting an amazing crew together if you're not going to listen to them and the ideas they have. Whenever I've been open to collaboration, my film has always been better for it. Yes, maybe I've spent hours storyboarding a shot, but then when the DP suggests a better angle on the day that's better when I storyboarded, you gotta let go of ego and go with what's best for the film. And that only happens when you're open with your crew. Yes, I know I'm talking about collaboration and being open to it, but sometimes saying no is the most powerful thing you can do on a film set. But you gotta understand why that person's suggesting it and if it brings you closer to your overall vision. You have to create an environment as a director in which crew feel open. Creating that environment where people feel comfortable to be creative will make people want to work with you and have fun. And having fun, I'm gonna say it again, have fun, have fun, have fun. Filmmaking is meant to be fun, because if you're not enjoying this, why are you doing it in the first place? And here's my final pseudo tip. Don't listen to the gatekeepers. They're gonna tell you you're not allowed to call yourself a director, that you need a couple of credits on broadcast TV or Netflix before you can say you're a director. But I think that's rubbish. The reality is, anyone can be a director. If you are making creative projects that require film or video, you are a director. I hope these basic tips help you feel a little bit more prepared and confident, but let me know in the comments if you'd like me to go into any more detail on these topics. Of course, like I said at the beginning, remember to like and subscribe for more of this content. I've got more videos like this coming. But thanks again for watching, guys. Most importantly, remember, stay shooting.